Hello everyone, this is Daughter Darkness and this is a quick Kingdom Hearts 3 discussion video, and I'm going to be talking about a topic which is very controversial in the Kingdom Hearts community, and that is the idea of Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts 3, because obviously Disney now owns Lucasfilm, which means that Square Enix could use Star Wars if they wanted to, and in my belief I think they will, because from a purely financial standpoint it makes sense for them to capitalize on something that is so popular like Star Wars. For the same reason I think things like Frozen and Marvel will also have some appearance in Kingdom Hearts 3. But today I'm not going to talk about whether it should be allowed or not. Personally, I would kind of like to see it happen, if not in Kingdom Hearts 3, then later on. But for now I'm going to say, how would it work if it was in Kingdom Hearts 3? Now, quite simply, I think it would take place using the story of the first Star Wars film, A New Hope, or Episode 4. This would be one where I could see the gummy ship mission before the world. You are like flying alongside the ship at the start of the film. I think it's called Tantive 4. And there are like TIE fighters and everything flying around it, and you've got to fight your way through it. And then the escape pod with R2-D2 and C-3PO gets ejected from the thing, and you have to follow that down to Tatooine. Now, you know, just as a disclaimer here, there will be spoilers for Star Wars Episode 4 in this video. For whatever reason, if you still haven't seen Star Wars Episode 4 and you don't want to be spoiled, then maybe don't watch this video. But anyway, then you follow the ship down to Tatooine, and you don't land next to the ship, you actually meet Luke. And then with Luke you kind of go to buy the droids and everything, and you notice them that you saw, I don't know, like through a window or something weird like that. And you notice them and you say, Luke, you've got to take those because we've got to save them. We've been trying to protect them for whatever reason. And then Luke's house maybe gets attacked by Heartless. It could be stormtroopers, but I feel like Heartless or whatever new enemy we have in Kingdom Hearts 3 would make more sense, since this is Kingdom Hearts and it needs to have some presence of these in. And I think that stormtroopers should be there and you should fight stormtroopers, but also Heartless should be there too. But either way, once you fight through these Heartless or stormtroopers, you realise that Luke's aunt and uncle are dead. And then Luke tells you of this old man who has, like, I suppose, magical powers, and he fights for the light and all that kind of thing, which is obviously Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then you go and Obi-Wan tells you about the Jedi, and I think there are a lot of parallels that can be drawn between Kingdom Hearts and Star Wars, and this would be one of them. And I think the Jedi could just be effectively Keyblade wielders from that part of the galaxy, because they are sort of similar. You know, they either fight for the dark or the light. The Jedi are protectors of the light, and Kingdom Hearts could just be the Force, and it gives them the powers to manipulate objects and all that kind of thing. And instead of wielding Keyblades, they wield lightsabers which they created themselves. And I think that could work, having a parallel like that there. Also, I think that the party member here should be Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then you go to Mos Eisley Spaceport and you meet Han Solo and all that kind of thing, and then you have to fight through stormtroopers and or Heartless and get on the Millennium Falcon and go. I could see it working like how Port Royal works in Kingdom Hearts 2, where you get like the Black Pearl, but in this case it'll be the Millennium Falcon, and then you can use that to go between 3 different areas, in this case 3 different, I suppose, planets, although one of them isn't a planet. So you go on the Millennium Falcon and you end up at the Death Star, and then you get pulled into the Death Star and you have to escape. And while Luke and Han rescue Princess Leia, you go with Obi-Wan to try and disable the tractor beam and all that kind of thing. And then while there with Obi-Wan, you fight a Heartless boss maybe, and you have to fight your way through that. And then you're fighting stormtroopers, but you're about to escape, and then loads of Heartless attack at this point, and then you have to fight them with Obi-Wan while you get Luke and Han and Leia and Chewie, of course, to get away, as well as R2-D2 and C-3PO, and they try and wait for you to go, but then Sora's like, no, we can handle this here, and then Han like leaves behind the gummy ship or whatever so that they can escape once they've defeated the Heartless. So then you fight through loads of Heartless, and then Darth Vader appears there, and then you fight Darth Vader, and Darth Vader is the boss of this world. And once you defeat Darth Vader, then Xehanort, or some form of Xehanort, appears next to Darth Vader and tells him that he's failed. And, you know, because obviously Xehanort's still looking for a 13th Dark Vessel, and maybe he's looking around different worlds and he finds Darth Vader as a potential candidate, and he says, if you can defeat Sora, then you can join me in the new Organization 13. Obviously he's not going to tell him that he's going to become a vessel. But yeah, Xehanort appears next to Darth Vader and tells him that he's failed. He disappears along with the Heartless, and Darth Vader's there alone. And then they're about to go, but then Darth Vader steps up and takes out his lightsaber again, and Obi-Wan stands there and tells the others to go, and lets himself get killed. And at this point I think we could get either a lightsaber Keyblade or a lightsaber Keyblade transformation, and either of these could be great to have. And then, you know, you get on the gummy ship and go. And that's obviously just a short overview of how the world of Star Wars could work in Kingdom Hearts 3. Of course, then there's a second visit. In Kingdom Hearts 2 we had 2 visits of every world, and I could see that happening again in Kingdom Hearts 3. Potentially we could even have 3rd visits, but I don't know. And the 3rd visit, you go to Yavin 4. You land maybe on Tatooine again, and then you get a message from Luke or whatever saying that they're going to attack the Death Star, and he asks you for your help. So you go to Yavin 4. Maybe Yavin 4 is being attacked by stormtroopers, and then you have to fight loads of stormtroopers on your way to the rebel base. And then the world finishes with a gummy ship mission, and you join the rebels on their assault of the Death Star. And in the end you don't destroy the Death Star yourself, because Luke has to do that, but then you do that and then land again, and then, you know, talk to Luke and everything, and then he's like, oh, thanks for helping me and all that kind of thing. I know he'd probably be more than that. And then that's just the end of the Star Wars world, quite simply. And, you know, a lot of people don't like it. I think they are unjustified in the reasons for hating it, just because it wasn't made by Disney. I think that, you know, with everything in Kingdom Hearts 3, I've got kind of a wait and see attitude. There are some things I kind of don't really want to be implemented again, like a Birth by Sleep style 3 story thing. I don't want to see that, but if it does happen, I'll wait and see. And I think that everyone else should have this attitude too. I trust Square Enix to implement the Star Wars world well. And, you know, for me, if it worked like I have described in this video, basically taking the story of Star Wars Episode 4 but also linking it into the Kingdom Hearts story as a whole, I think it could work great. But anyway, please like this video if you did, and comment your thoughts on my view of a Star Wars world, and please say what your thoughts are on whether you want Star Wars to start with, and if you do, how would you like it to be implemented. And if you like this video, then please check out my other videos and subscribe to this channel, and as always, thank you for watching.